signifie le commencement de la nouvelle. Les sages flags.
Very interesting pictures you're seeing there, aren't they, of activities happening right now live at Eagle Square in Abuja. It's official, as you would have seen on our Twitter thread. The government of the Buhari administration is over. We have a new president now in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the 16th president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That picture you're seeing, of course, is one of those rare moments where the Nigerian flag is being hoisted all across, and these new flags also have been hoisted, as we have seen in the official demonstration that has happened earlier as the events unfold. We apologize for the audio. We are working on it. We definitely will ensure that we'll do it better. Okay, now, so these images are saying that indeed and indeed we have a new president right there, right now, in Abuja.
Indeed, and what was very instructive for me was at that moment, we had a new president and then an immediate past president, just about 20, 30.
We request the Chief of Defense Staff, General, to crave the indulgence of the Commander Gas Brigade to usher the immediate past president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to take his seat. The Commander, sir.
Well, there you see the symbolic handshake between now outgone President Muhammadu Buhari and Nigeria's new president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I mean, it's understandable that at this venue you'll have lots of jammers, you know, jamming signals, satellite signals. So, you know, hearing the audio back and forth is testament to that one. But it's something we're working on. But there you see live images, a historic moment for Nigeria as a nation. President Buhari about to get into, well, former President Buhari, that might get some, might take some getting used to, really. Now about to get into the SUV. Of course, the SUV has been stripped of the official, plate and all of that. You see people waving at Muhammadu Buhari, now citizen Muhammadu Buhari.
Citizen.
Just like every other Nigerian.
And I think once you get into that spray, you seem to get into the statesman's club, right?
Yes, and he doesn't lose the title fully. He remains former president, Muhammadu Buhari. And, Kadi was talking about emotions earlier on. I, for one, also imagined that it must have been a tumble of emotions between the outgoing president at that moment and the new president, Bola Tinubu. Both of them bearing huge similarities in their trajectories as they, rode to power. The former president contesting 3 times, and President Bola Tinubu himself having to have, seemingly sacrificed his ambition back then in 2015 before coming back, in 2022 to clinch the ticket, amid some difficulty, even with a repeat of that Muslim ticket, which didn't go down without some controversy, but which we're now seeing playing out as he has now realized what he described as his lifelong ambition of becoming the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
If you go to our Twitter thread, you will find the order of events, and this is one of those things you'll find now. What is interesting is that as soon as the handover is done, former President Buhari leaves for Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport en route Katsina using a different car from the one that brought him to the venue, and he takes off for Katsina with 001 for the last time.
And, he's always talked about how he longed to return, to Katsina, to Daura, his hometown.
So that's the man in charge now.
Yeah.
And he's going to take that ride.
Oh, yes. It rained in the early hours of today, and there was that concern as to whether this would happen. And there you go, President Bola Tinubu with that iconic wave. Live images from the Eagle Square, Abuja. There you see, with the iconic cap and the logo that he's always used, the green cap,
yeah,
white
significant
logo.
With today's inauguration.
Indeed,
the national colors.
Flags. There you go, with that symbolic presidential wave. History clearly in the making. And a lot of people always wonder, what will be going through the mind of Nigeria's new president? What is he seeing? Is he seeing the enormous challenge ahead of him? Is he seeing what exactly is going through his mind? That's the question. That's $1 million question right there.
But indisputably, it will be a moment of fulfillment for him. He's always longed for this. He's always wanted this.
On the one hand.
But Nigerians hope that unlike, what the former president longed for, that there would be evidence of renewed hope in this administration, not just longing for it, but, being able to fulfill the aspirations, the collective aspirations of Nigerians.
Did I hear former president again? But yeah. Yes, Gadi, you're right. It's going to take some getting used to.
It's going to take some time.
But, there are those who say that this new president is one of the most prepared presidents, one of the few we had who actually prepared to be president of the country. And it's not just a ceremony. I think it definitely... Okay, so let's go back and listen to audio from Eagle Square in Abuja.
His Excellency Bola Tinubu was headhunted for both international and local companies, including Mobile Nigeria, where he held important positions like senior auditor and company treasurer. He left the company to embark upon his political determination, commitment, vision, focus, and a strong sense of purpose that have characterized Bola Tinubu's politics drove his emergence as one of the country's most successful governors after Nigeria's return to democratic governance 23 years ago. His stewardship of Lagos State between 1999 and 2007 remains a reference for good governance in Nigeria and across the region. Among the most consequential and impressive of his achievements as the governor of Lagos was his revolution of the state's environmental policies and the creation of thousands of jobs for Lagosians through the private sector partnership program he established. Other important achievements while governor of Lagos include education reforms, under which now thriving mission schools were returned to their original owners after decades of government control. Free education and West African Examination Council forms for school leavers, giving underprivileged children access to further education, more career opportunities, and better life prospects. Civil service reforms, which led directly to the introduction of a more responsive and expert-led civil service in Lagos. Judicial reforms and the Lagos Master Plan blueprint, which has been and continues to be followed with great success by all subsequent governors of Lagos. Also worthy of mention is that as a first-class financial strategist, His Excellency Bola Tinubu overhauled and reformed government and revenue collection in the state, taking Lagos from a yearly internally generated revenue of 14.64 billion naira in 1999 to 60.31 billion naira in 2006. His innovations laid the groundwork necessary for Lagos to have the revenue to improve the state and modernize living condition of all of its inhabitants. A graceful leader imbued great courage and commitment to justice. Bola Tinubu combines practical, political acumen, strategic vision, and moral principle. When the history of the first 2 decades of the 21st century in Nigeria is written, it will record Bola Tinubu's rare courage and foresight in guiding his party, the All Progressive Congress, to victory in 2015, and how, working with other patriots, he abolished the determined efforts of the then ruling party to turn Nigeria into a one party. Much as he understands the game of power. Indeed, his democratic footprints go beyond Nigeria. They span the continent, especially in the immediate West African sub-region, where he has contributed personal resources, advice, and support to help sustain democracy and popular participation in many of the region's emergent democracies. His Excellency Bola Tinubu has served the cause of humanity and expanded the frontiers of freedom and democracy in Nigeria and the African continent. He is one of the Nigerians' foremost nationalists and champions of federalism. As one of the few leaders and champions of democracy with the potential and experience to improve the fortunes of his people, Bola Tinubu is the very best man, and today the 16th President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency President Bola Tinubu is happily married to his lovely wife, the 16th First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Her Excellency Senator Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, and the union is blessed with amazing children.
Mesdames et messieurs, Son Excellence le 16e président de la République fédérale du Nigeria et commandant en chef des forces armées du Nigeria, DCFR, est né le 29 mars 1952. Il a été 2 fois le gouverneur d'État de Lagos, pendant laquelle il a fait des réformes durables dans les domaines pédagogiques, financiers, judiciaires et la création des emplois. Son Excellence a eu sa licence en l'administration des affaires, comptabilité et la gestion à l'université de Chicago, Illinois, aux États-Unis. Il a aussi travaillé comme l'unité supérieure à mobile.
Il va continuer avec les célébrations militairement. Ouais.
Thank you. That was the citation on His Excellency President Bola Tinubu. I now hand over to my co-compare, Captain Anebi Ababa, to continue with the remaining parade.
Thank you very much, Flight Lieutenant Festus Ezeni, Mrs. Olubumi Badejo, and Mr. Mohammed Tijani for the wonderful citation of the special guest of honor on this auspicious occasion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the inspection, we shall witness shortly the parade commander seeking permission to continue with the rest of the parade.
May I have your permission to carry on with the rest of the parade, Your Excellency?
Presidential permission has been sought there and graciously granted by His Excellency, the special guest of honor and the reviewing officer for today's historic occasion. We can see the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel Salim Yusuf Hassan, riding on a white horse named GMB to take his position to commence the march pass. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please happy viewing. Excellencies, most distinguished invited guests, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, the still events unfolding here at the Eagle Square, where activities climaxing the presidential inauguration and swearing-in ceremony on the President and Commander in Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.